My friend Candace just sent me this YouTube video, and it's a YouTuber who's just basically like going off on rants about MLMs, and I'm just like, I think it's so funny when people want to make money off of just like being an asshole and talking shit and hating.
The first story was a video of somebody talking about how network marketing, what I do for a living, is pretty much a scam, and that only 99% of people that sign up to be in an MLM will fail. The video is obviously coming from somebody who has failed at network marketing.
Someone sent me a video yesterday, and it's this girl who makes YouTube videos and talks shit about MLM people. And I didn't watch the whole thing because it's a waste of time for me to watch and for her to make and for anyone else to watch.
The sheriff's back in town. Ah, yes. That's right, the sheriff is back in town, okay? And I am ready to fight crime, to fight the criminals that are in these pyramid schemes, to fight the pyramid schemes, to get back down to it, okay? Things are worse than they've ever been. So I've been watching from afar, of course. Like, I'm always watching, all right? Don't think I'm not watching. What the hell's going on? I felt like this would be kind of a good video to jump back in because a lot of things surprised me, okay? So when I was doing research for this video, I was kind of like, all right, let's just see what everybody's up to. You know, like we haven't seen them in a while. I want to see, you know, what the Huns are up to. I haven't been making videos, so they've been kind of been able to go wild and free. I am super surprised to say that a lot of them have quit their MLMs. A lot of them. Some people that I never thought would quit have quit. Then there's some people who are still obviously up to their same tomfoolery, and we will go through those people. So I think this is going to be a best hits of MLM videos, some of our favorite, most popular people, some of the most shocking moments. Anyway, without further ado, let's get back into it. Let's pick up where we left off. Let's see what these people are up to. Let's check in with some of our favorites. It's time to answer the question, where are they now? So the first MLMer that I would like to check in on, this person was most well known for claiming that infertility was her brand that she used to reel people in and get new customers and keep people on her team and like run her business, basically. Infertility, okay?
If you go through my posts, they're about infertility because that's a big part of my brand.
It's a pretty horrible thing to say. And she said this on a training call to other people saying like, use what you got. Use what you got to reel people in. Doesn't matter, whatever it takes, basically. She also said other egregious things too, like,
if you don't know me, I talk to a lot of people all the time because I'm an inviting maniac. And I promise you, I will always get more no's than you ever will because I'm talking to more people. But because I'm getting more no's, I'm getting more yeses than you are too.
She was always in training calls, like trying to get people to stay, basically claiming like, sign up your brother, your aunt, your grandma, like sign everybody that you can up. Basically like the whole, like what I would describe this person's experience with Beachbody was like whatever it takes mentality, and that's what she pushed on to everybody else under her. And as we know, that's like, it's pretty scary. So I, of course, had to check in on what she was doing because infertility is my brand's kind of like a horrible thing to say. I think we can all agree on that. But I'm happy to announce that it seems that she has left Team Beachbody. Now, I don't know if she made a full clean break from Team Beachbody, but she no longer posts about it anymore. And it doesn't seem like there's any links to join it anymore, to do any workouts or anything like that. So I can't say for sure like she's made a clean break. But what I can say is that she's moved on to doing something else. And it appears that she's kind of like a virtual assistant now and kind of like a life coach type of thing. That's gonna be a big trend in this video, by the way. So she's like a virtual assistant who helps you with your online business, and she does admin and business operations, customer support, community management, content creation, social media management, outreach marketing, and invoicing and project management for people's online businesses. So, okay, whatever. Like, I'm just glad that it's not Beachbody. It's not an MLM, it doesn't seem like. And on top of that, I guess she's also become a realtor. So I don't see any remnants of Beachbody on her page. I do see sort of like a little bit of that same texting style where like, you know, where they kind of have like, they'll do big paragraphs and then they'll indent and then they'll do a big paragraph and it's like this whole long convoluted like weird paragraph about why you should like use their services or whatever. Like she still types like a hun. Sometimes it never leaves you, I guess, if you're in it long enough. But I'm surprised to see that she left because she was really deep in it. And like, you know, when some people get to the point of saying things like infertility is my brand, you're like, okay, this person's never gonna leave. But I think some people genuinely just lose their way. I've said that before with MLMs. You know, it's like sometimes it's not necessarily a bad person, but they lose their way in MLMs, which is just another reason to hate them. I mean, if you really need more reasons. All right, are you ready for this next one? So this is one of my more favorite MLM huns because she's just off the rails, like 100% off the rails. It's so unbelievable, some of the stuff that comes out of her mouth, that it's just, you can't help but laugh. And it's so politically incorrect and just so awful. So anyway, of course, I had to check in on this person. You would definitely know her best from, well, there was a lot of clips of her, but one of my favorites was when she called, during the pandemic, she called people immunocompromised. Okay, so that was one of them.
I'm done living in fear with the coronavirus. Literally the only reason why I'm wearing a mask in stores is because they're required and I get weird looks when I do not wear a mask. I'm done putting my life on hold for it. I'm sorry, but I am. If Sally Mae at the family barbecue, who is immune compromised, wants to show up to the barbecue, guess what? I'm going to too.
Another one that I love that I still quote all the time, like whenever I'm frustrated with COVID or any kind of illness, she said, that stupid fucking virus, man. She really wanted to go on the Punta Cana trip that Team Beachbody was putting up, and she couldn't go because of COVID. Everybody's stuff got canceled. I mean, you know, you remember. And she's like, stupid fucking virus, man. I can't go on my Punta Cana trip. It's like, all right, yeah, I guess. So of course I had to check in on what she's doing. Unfortunately, I regret to inform you that she is still very much so in Team Beachbody. She's got the boot camp links in her bio. She's still doing the typical shenanigans and things like that. So there's a couple videos that I found talking to the future customers, all right? So let me know what you guys think about this video.
But let me ask you something. Before COVID hit, and the gyms and fitness things closed, what were you doing? Were you going to the gym? Were you seeing a personal trainer? Were you seeing a nutritionist? If the answer is no, then you don't prefer in person. That's just what you're telling yourself so that you can feel better about not doing anything, because that's the lie that you're telling yourself, and you tell it to yourself so often that it has just become a truth. Has just become a truth for you, you know, something that you don't think twice about, like, oh yeah, no, I prefer in person, and then you just move on with your life and then don't do anything in person. If you are saying the whole, I need in-person help in order to succeed, but you aren't doing any of that, and before COVID hit, you weren't doing any of that, then that's not the case. The case is that you just need to discipline yourself a little bit. And that happens by everything that I just explained.
So yeah, miss watching her every day. It's funny that the MLM people, they try to like big brain and like refute the claims and be like, well, you're just lying to yourself. Like, just stop, all right? Like, it's cringe. It's just so beyond cringe. Like, it's so funny to watch. It's like, no, they just want you off their back. Like, please just get off their back. So another similar thing, one time people were like, well, my husband doesn't want me to buy it or whatever, which is, by the way, that's a very legitimate excuse. Like, both of them are both very legitimate excuses, but they are probably just people being nice at the end of the day because they don't want to join. But they're like, yeah, you know, my husband doesn't want me to join it. All right. Because it's $125 a month or something like that. So she goes on this huge long-winded rant about you should leave your partner if they don't support you in doing these things, and like just trying to break people up. Like,
your boyfriend or husband, unfortunately, they don't want you to get hot. They don't want you to find your self-worth. They don't want you to start loving yourself. They want to keep you right where you are, because that is what they're most comfortable with.
It was pretty much an all-time classic. So, you know, it's funny because at the beginning of the pandemic, like I said, she's like, stupid virus man, and she's like, I don't care if grandma's immunocompromised, okay? I'm still going to the barbecue, no mask, like, you know, which is like, look guys, I know we've moved past it, like mask versus no mask, like I know we've moved past it, but it's just funny to see like the metamorphosis of like, I don't know what changed, but she's obviously changed a little bit, because then I found this clip, which is just like, goes to show, like, it's just funny to watch stuff like this. Like, it's so politically incorrect. Like, I can't believe people post this on their Instagram story.
I was seeing a lot on TikTok that sometimes the COVID vaccine makes your period start late or not come at all that month. So I try to keep that in mind. So don't go running to the store and spend a bunch of money on pregnancy tests just for them to tell you that you're not pregnant. Not that I did that or anything, but just giving anyone a heads up who may need to hear it. If your period is late and you got the vaccine, is probably because of that. I finally got my damn period today. So like a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago, when I was supposed to get my period, I got all the symptoms of it, but it never came. And now I finally got it this morning, and my cramps are killing me. And I must admit, I still believe. But yeah, anyways, do you guys like this dress?
Like, yeah, I'm just gonna say like the most off the wall thing about vaccines and like just totally overshare. But anyway, you guys like this dress? Anyway, it's been quite a metamorphosis. So, you know, some things have changed and some things haven't. Let's just say that, okay? I feel bad for a lot of people who are in MLMs. I feel like a lot of them are victims in a lot of ways because they're vulnerable, and, you know, a lot of them I feel like are maybe not great with money, so they don't understand. And that's what keeps a lot of people in, is because they're not tracking their finances. They're not tracking how much they're losing every month, which is, you know, if people track that, I think a lot of people would get out sooner if they were actually tracking like, okay, I'm losing this much a month, I'm not making any money. You know, people would have a clearer picture of like, okay, this is just not working out for me, you know? There was this post that she put on her story, which I'll never forget, which she did like an Instagram poll, right? It said, wait and buy tickets or pay off more debt. And she did an Instagram poll for her Instagram followers to choose if she should wait and buy the tickets and get that over with and set, or pay debt and build back up for the tickets, basically, were the two options. And then at the bottom it says, it took me 3 weeks to put away $1,000. So what do you guys think? Now, obviously, this is not a financial guru. Like, you're not gonna see a financial advisor posting on their story, hey guys, you think I should pay more debt off or buy these tickets to something I wanna go to? It makes me sad to see people who just clearly are not very good with finances and they're just being taken advantage of. At the end of the day, she is being 100% taken advantage of by this business. And on top of it, I feel like, to an extent, now this may be a stretch in some people's eyes, but I feel, and I've noticed a trend on social media, like people do this for views, but I especially notice it in MLMs where people are posting too much information. They're oversharing, things like that, in order to get people to engage in their posts, click on their links. A lot of just oversharing in order to reel people in, which I think is maybe a little bit at play here, okay? There's been a lot of stuff that's been overshared with her, but with a lot of people in MLMs. So once again, another reason to just steer clear. Still up to the old antics, unfortunately, still in Beachbody, but hopefully one day she will see the light. Not sure when that day will be. So this next one is very shocking to me. Like, very shocking. So she's most well known from her horrific, and I'm talking horrific, comments about her own son's circumcision.
So it was when I told you guys in the hospital that we were getting him circumcised. And she was like, she went too far. That's the thing I don't like about Beachbody coaches, is they make people tell too much. And I'm like, that's not a Beachbody thing, that's a me thing. I'm TMI all the time. And that's fine. And I'm like, what you didn't see was when I told you that his penis was too small to be circumcised. You picked the part where I said he was getting circumcised to call me out. I don't believe really in TMI. Is there such a thing as too much information? I don't know.
This kind of carries on from the last topic I was just talking about, where the oversharing is sort of a hallmark of MLMs, in my opinion, and like it's like a classic way for them to sell. It's disgusting and just adds on to the ever-growing list of why you should never join one. But this person, okay, has seemingly stopped working the business. I do know that she is still in Beachbody and making a residual income off of the downline, but we're talking about somebody that used to be the #1 coach in Team Beachbody for 2 years in a row, okay, in 2019, 2020. And 2 years in a row, the #1 coach has now fallen to about like 59 is what I've heard. Still in the business, unfortunately, still making money, like residual income off the downline, but no longer promoting it at all. Not even a little bit on the profile, okay? So when I go to her page, there's no more links to sign up for Beachbody or anything like that, but she has rebranded to being a life coach. So everybody's a life coach. Everybody's a life coach. So it says in her like new business profile, like link tree thing, she's a life coach, a podcast host, spicy margarita connoisseur. She's a former corporate climber, serial dieter turned social media influencer, 6-figure earning life coach, and a 7-figure earning health coach, wife and mom. My no BS approach to taking back your power, stepping in your potential, and manifest the life of your MFing dreams. Okay, so she's become like this body positivity advocate, which is actually, interestingly, something that she used to reel people in previously. Even though they leave, and I want to like applaud them, there's still a lot of like bad behavior, but sometimes things never change. And like to get that high up in the company, you probably stepped on a lot of people's necks, if you know what I'm saying. To get that high up in Beachbody and to stay there for 2 years, maybe not the best person. So once again, not sure who's needing life coaching from her, but I am excited to say that she's no longer promoting Beachbody and has moved on to doing something different and has taken like a new path. So I guess there's that. Now this is a biggie, okay? So just buckle in for this person. I was like, I need to check in on what's going on here. This is like, to me, this was a lifelong Beachbody person. So I had to see if she was still crushing the biz, right? You would know her best from using her boyfriend's dog's death to get new clients. Okay, so they were having to put the dog down and there was a lot of like ominous posts trying to get people to give her sympathy, even though she didn't care about the dog at all. Using her boyfriend's pain as her profit, basically. It was a whole saga and it was really, really disturbing.
Found out some really sad news today. Headed to be with family and to support Brandon, her boyfriend, during this time. Thankful to have built a job and life that allows me to take time off whenever I need and the flexibility to work from anywhere. Please send all the love and good vibes. Her next post, and this is 2 hours after she posted this, found out some sad news. She goes, so grateful for the sunshine and this life of freedom I've created over the past year with coaching, heart.
Hey friends, I just wanted to pop in and thank you for all of the love today. We found out some really sad news. Brandon's dog, 12 years, unexpectedly has a very large tumor in his stomach and only has a few days left to live. So despite all of that going on today, something really special happening. We are hosting a coaching sneak peek. I'm doing that with the girls. The newest coach is a part of my team.
Really disturbing. So you would definitely know her best from that. I mean, they've broken up since then. The most important person in all of this is that he saw the light, okay? And got out of the MLM because he actually was her downline. She used him as one of her main legs in the pyramid structure, okay? So there's 2 people on each side, right? And you sign up people under them and it's usually somebody, your spouse, it's usually your partner, significant other, or your mom or your sister or somebody like that. She was using him as one of the main legs. So that whole leg basically collapses when those 2 break up, which is a big yikesy wakesies, okay? You would also remember her from this clip, and it's very relevant for this video, okay?
And I used to say that anyone can do this, but
I don't believe that anymore. And honestly, like anyone can become a coach, right? Not anyone can build a successful business to the degree that I have built. And like, honestly, I have brought on probably 50 coaches to my team, and I currently have like 10 solid rock stars. So if that tells you anything, it's like, 1 in 5 people like actually show up and put in the work. Like it is not hard, but it's not easy. It's like, it's easy to do, easy not to do. And if you're not able to like step outside of your comfort zone and like shut the up the voices in your head that are like, oh, I'm too afraid what people think of me on Instagram, you're never going to be successful in this business. And unfortunately, what I've found is just that like the average person is not willing to do the work on themselves, because the number one thing to be successful in this business is to have a strong mindset and to like give 110% to your own health and fitness and growth journey. And if you're not willing to do that, you literally will never be successful in this business. And it makes me so sad, because the coaches that quit, it's like they're quitting on themselves.
The biggest rant I've ever seen, and she's talking to people that are in her downline, like, okay? Like so rude, so condescending, awful, right? My favorite part is that she says 1 in 5 coaches who join my team actually have what it takes. Nobody's willing to do the work. Okay, let me just say, she was saying what Kim Kardashian said before anybody else, okay? So nobody's willing to do the work. Everybody get off your ass and work. This is the craziest part I've ever seen in my life. She is no longer doing Beachbody. Look, I can't believe it either. I cannot believe it either. I guess some people are just not willing to do the work, and some people just don't have what it takes. But it is what it is, okay? She does still have a link to it, but does not promote it anymore. So all I can assume is that, once again, like maybe living off of a little bit of that residual income, because I still think that her sister might do it. I'm not sure though, but I have to say that a major factor probably in this is that her and her boyfriend broke up. And like I said, he was her side of the leg. And I know this because one time she posted a picture of her notebook. She had her pyramid drawn out of her downline, and I saw him on there as like the top one. So I never forget. But yeah, basically it's like, that was like a huge blow to the business, was him leaving. It is all messed up after that. So what is she doing now, you ask?
Every day.
Well, now she's a wellness coach. It's all about finding your, I don't even want to, like, I literally don't even want to say it, it's so disgusting. Finding your own, like, sexual, like having a sexual awakening. It's like the enlightenment, but for, like, it's a sexual awakening, basically. I don't know what is going on, but if I have to watch this video, so do you. Here's this video of her and her new beau. It says, POV, you're in a healthy and committed partnership where you feel safe and seen by another. You found the love and union you have longed for all your life. All you've known is a cycle of chaos in childhood and toxic and abusive relationships. You're deserving of the love you dream of. Commit to your own healing and keep your heart open. The one you long for. The most profound healing happens when you break the cycle, allowing yourself to be fully seen and surrender to the safe intimacy with another. So yeah, I mean, that's the most disgusting video I've ever seen. I mean, honest to God, I don't even know how that got posted on Instagram. Just making out, like, just making out on camera. Have no idea what that has to do with overcoming trauma. Like, okay, sure. So that's the kind of thing she's posting. She's also kind of posting things like very sort of hippie granola. You know you found your soul sisters and created the most soul-aligned community when on live calls you were openly smoking Mother Earth's medicine. Getting elevated, creating deep connections, reconnecting back to our wisdom and power by embodying the divine feminine and raising the collective through the medicine of a unified sisterhood. Wow, the power of vulnerability, or being embodied in your fullest expression, or of operating from a place of loving awareness and in return being seen and met by sisters in this way. Oh God, we are soul-aligned sisters. This is the collective. It's designed for sisters seeking deeper connection, healing, and expansion, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So yes, there's still some remnants of that MLM vibes here, where it's like, once again, it's the paragraphs of talking really about nothing, trying to talk about a sisterhood. Join my community, here's a monthly membership. So she does have something called Join the Soul Sisters Collective monthly membership community, $44, which is $528 a year. And I'm sure there's more stuff that you can buy, or like more secret little things you can do, or calls or whatever. So basically, if you want to, you can have a life coach, I don't know. Okay, I did want to mention though that this particular person, and this is something I noticed also with MLMs, is if they don't succeed at one of them, they will go and they'll move on to another. Now, like I said, this life coaching thing is kind of newer, but a lot of people are doing like this new life coaching angle, but feels like an MLM, like it's just the way that they talk. But what I'm saying is like they will move on literally to another MLM. So this is actually the third or the fourth MLM that she's done. Beachbody was like the third one that she had done at that point. So she did one before that. She did Monate, which didn't work out. And then she did Beachbody, which apparently didn't really work out either. Like I said, she's still in it. She still has a link to it, but she's not promoting it anymore whatsoever. Pretty interesting. Basically, really, really weird. This to me is the one that shocked me the most, because it was just somebody that I never thought would ever quit. Just the way she was talking and the way she was so dedicated to it, really shocking, okay? So this next one I've been saving for later in the video, because it was probably the worst one of all of them. And you'll remember the videos where this person appeared, where I was basically like in the training call. A crazy clip was that nobody was doing the work. This comes from a like shocking power hour video. All of the Team Beachbody MLM people were forced to sit in a 1 hour power hour and work and invite, and she was basically watching over them like a drill sergeant and saying just like the most horrific things.
I have come to the conclusion, based on numbers, based on strong facts, based on strong results, that nobody's actually doing the work.
So you'll remember that. And then there was another one where she said, because they have cancer, because they have IBS, because they have this, then you should sell to them. You know, it was like a very shocking clip.
She has cancer, and that alone is why she needs to be doing this. The reason she needs this is because she has cancer. That's what you say to people.
Very shocking. And there was a lot of horrific things that this person said and did.
And I don't want to hear excuses anymore, guys. It's exhausting to me to have to get a message saying, well, my dog was sick and I don't care. You should have been sending invites from the fucking vet, okay?
So hopefully you remember those. If you didn't, there you go. Those are the clips. But this person is still in Beachbody, okay? So still a Team Beachbody coach, still promoting it like here and there. Not as much though, okay? Because there's a new angle. This person is now a certified life coach. Now, I don't know what kind of certificate this was. I don't know if it's from McDonald's University. What certification do you get to be a certified life coach? I have no clue. I'm gonna have to look into that one. Not right now, that's for another day. Basically, she just kind of posts mostly about getting your life together and like trying to reel people in that way. It feels very MLM, but there is a couple Beachbody things sprinkled in. It's all under this like thinly veiled guise of I'm a life coach, like I'm mind, body, spirit. Like it's kind of like this holistic approach, which I'm seeing a lot of them take, where it's like this life coach. I've got everything on track. I'm so organized. I've got my life together. I drink my drink in the morning, my power food, superfood, super shake and bake. I don't know what is going on, but it's interesting because she will like make a video and be like, I start my morning off with this, blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like that curiosity marketing, because she's hiding the Beachbody packets for the energized drink or whatever it was called. I don't really remember. It's the yellow one. So she's hiding them, but they are still in there. So that's how I know she's still in it. Plus there's links to it in her bio, but she also has links in her bio for this like personal one-on-one coaching because of all of her life traumas. Like now I guess she's qualified, but it costs $129. I don't know if this is a month or like what this is exactly, but it's one-on-one coaching for $129. And then you can also upgrade to 1 month of coaching to dig deeper into your triggers and distractions. I'll help you implement a new routine along with intentional food and movement plans and ways of thinking. Forget what you know about wellness. It's not one size fits all. It's what fits you. You can also purchase personal coaching for 45 minutes, clarity call. She will help you break through roadblocks, whatever your struggle, from binge eating to fitting a workout in your day. Let's strategize. So something's telling me that maybe this person's not totally qualified to be doing this. It's kind of scary. And then there's also, she's got a link obviously for Beachbody group wellness coaching, which is like the thing she's always been doing. First of all, I'm seeing a lot of them sort of move over to these TikTok style videos in order to promote either life coaching or Beachbody or MLMs and stuff like that. So it's very much like they're not really talking as much anymore. They're kind of like doing little trends to popular music. You know how like little clips of songs and things go viral on TikTok? Well, they're doing that. Like they're kind of making videos to that. So they're in with everybody else. They're using the fact that they're comfortable oversharing because they've been doing it for so many years in these MLMs. So they're kind of like oversharing on TikTok in order to sensationalize it and make people click on it and gain sympathy and whatever. And then that's how they're pulling people in. It's really, really hard to detect these people anymore because they've, like I said, rebranded to life coaches. They're masquerading around like they're holistic health and wellness. Like a lot of people are kind of into that whole clean girl aesthetic type of deal, you know? So they're like, oh, this person has their life together. It's very easy to fake it, as we all know. Like, not everybody has their life together. I think really nobody that I know has their life together. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. And like these routine style videos, they're capitalizing off of that. So it's really dangerous out there, people. You need to be vigilant. You need to be vigilant. I'm not kidding. It's like out of control. Next person that I wanna check in on, you will remember this person because I often refer to this person as the henchman. They kind of did like the dirty work for the last girl, and you know, they were on these training calls with the last girl and they were doing all of this stuff, like, you know, the cancer stuff. They were like, you got to push it.
I have chronic illness and this has helped my health. I know that FDA doesn't claim it. I don't care. This has helped my health significantly. So guys, this can help people. And if someone has cancer, be kind, but also still invite them.
They were doing the warm-ups, if you remember, like we were all warming up together. It was kind of funny.
Put them up in the air and you're going to be pulling energy from the universe into your body. And you're going to breathe in when you're up and out of your nose on the down. Okay. And snot's going to fly. Just wipe it off, move on. Pretend that you're wiping it on those bitches' face that I just talked about. Okay. So hands up, I'll count you in and you'll just do it while I breathe and then we'll stop and we'll move on. All right. Hands up, go.
But underneath it all though, you could tell that they had charisma in a certain kind of way. Like they had a lot of energy and they were kind of fun and like sort of introspective as well. And actually shortly after I made one of my more shocking videos, the power hours and the training call, this person appeared in 2 of those videos. Shortly after that second video, this person actually completely left Beachbody. Contacted me and was like, you know, I totally see it. That's not who I am. And they left, like they actually left. And from that, a lot of great things happened in their life actually when they left. They now refer to their experience with Beachbody as a cult-like experience. So they do a lot of like introspective posts on their Instagram and just said like the whole experience was traumatic for them. Completely broke ties. This is the only person that I know, by the way, of all of these people that I can say for certain has completely left Beachbody, completely 100%. And this is probably the person that is the best off of anybody that I've mentioned today. So I'm really excited to like just finally have a good story for you. And okay, I'm excited to also say that they now own a legitimate business called Business in the Front. It's actually a cool concept, kind of like dress shirts. So it's like business in the front. It looks forward facing. If you're looking at somebody head on, it looks like a business shirt, like very professional. But then on the back, it's like a vintage sort of like salvage t-shirt or like a print or like a band tee. And it's on the back, like sewed onto the back. It's really cool. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link down below to their business. It's a queer owned business because they did come out as non-binary after that video. Just want to make sure everybody's respectful. And if you want to support, it's a legitimate business and it's also a really good concept too. It's actually cool clothes. So it just shows everybody great things happen when you leave. And you know, I'm happy to support anybody that leaves. Like I said, that, you know, some of these people are really not bad people. They get caught up in the moment. They get caught up in what their upline is telling them. They get caught up in the desperation of it all, because it's, at the end of the day, it's truly desperate. It is a cult experience. So I just wanted to do a couple honorable mentions just to round out the video. There was a woman who made appearances actually in several videos. You would know her best from doing training calls, saying like crazy things, and then also one notable thing she said was that she made so many connections from her miscarriages.
These pictures right here, so again, I just mentioned that we had a miscarriage earlier this year, and I cannot tell you how many women I have connected with around that miscarriage. And now as I like go into this motherhood journey, and I've been sharing like my baby blues and just like sobbing every day for no reason, so many women are like reaching out and they're like, you're not alone, like you're doing great. Building connections, like, yes, we want to sign people up for our next boot camp, yes, we want to recruit people for our next coach mentorship. But it really just starts at the base of building that relationship, building that trust with people.
So she was using that to sell to people. It was in my MLM parenting video. It's one of the most horrific videos I ever did. It's actually probably one of my best videos I've done. You guys will not believe all the connections I made with my miscarriages. It was like, that is the most disgusting selling tactic ever, okay? Anyway, I am happy to report that she has completely left Beachbody, it seems. She has completely dropped off the face of the earth. There's no Instagram, can't find it in the database. There is no signs of this person. Like, every photo's been untagged, obviously, because there's no Instagram anymore. Completely done, it seems, because I don't know how you would keep your business alive without Instagram. From what I could find, she's become like a nanny, and she's just like living a private life, and thank God for it. But she was pretty high up too. She was kind of similar to actually the first girl that I mentioned in this video, and they were both doing training calls, and they were actually on the same downline. They were doing both like leading trainings, keeping people in, here's how you push for Emerald, like stuff like that. So I'm actually really surprised that she's gone, I have to say. Also want to give an update on the professor. Now, the last video, MLM video that I did, I think it was my professor video. It was really shocking because there was a true professor of marketing selling to her students, and it was really horrific, and it was very unprofessional. It was totally inappropriate, and just overall bad situation. So what I can tell, she's no longer listed on the faculty website for this particular college. The last class that she taught was in 2021, in the spring of 2021, so thank God for that. And then I think, as far as I can tell, she has moved on to a real marketing job, but she always had 2 jobs. So she had one legitimate job, and then she was also selling for Mon8. The thing is, I was able to find her on Mon8 links, and it does appear that she's still active as a Mon8 seller. So unfortunately, she's still in Mon8, but she's no longer teaching at that university, and I can't find her at any other university. So that's at least good, because there's no other college students that are at risk from this person. Final person that I want to mention, you will remember this one because she said pregnancy is the golden ticket of coaching for Team Beachbody, okay?
She has a toddler at home, and she just had her second baby. So all of 2019, she was pregnant, and she was still working this business. The number one thing that drives me crazy is when women get pregnant and then they use that as an excuse as to why they can't work this business or why they have to take a step back. Holly and I, we always joke that pregnancy is the golden ticket of coaching. Literally, our big breakthroughs were when we got pregnant and after we had our babies, and we had more success with every baby.
Horrific thing to say, she used to be like Miss Training Call Extraordinaire, all right? It's no surprise that she's kind of moved on to this next thing, and guess what? She's now a business life coach. Something about coaching they just can't get away from. I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. So yes, she doesn't seem to really be in Beachbody anymore. I can't find anything about her being in Beachbody. There's no posts. It's mostly about business coaching now. Business coaching, she's a course expert where you basically create your own courses that people can buy, and here's how to do it. So I didn't know you need a course expert for a course expert for a course expert, but that's kind of what it feels like. It's like, okay, what is going on here? I have no clue what's going on. I don't know if she's still getting residuals from Beachbody, but she doesn't seem to be posting about it anymore. So she's like most of the people in this video, not really promoting anymore, might still be getting residual, but she's kind of transitioned her page over. So now that we've caught up with everybody, I want to give sort of like my final thoughts. We'll round out the video. I know it's been a long video, but we got to do what we have to do sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So first things first, it's kind of scary to me that all of these coaches have rebranded to life coaches. Number one, who the hell would want nice people to be their life coaches? No clue. Unfortunately, it still works somehow. People are really lost in the sauce, and I hope to God that I can get them out of it. I'm doing my best here, people. Like, I plan on going back in the trenches and hopefully saving these people from themselves, because it's out of control. So share this video with anybody that you can. Share my MLM videos if you want to. It helps me out and it helps other people as well. Self-promotion, love it. Okay, anyway, the second takeaway that I have from this like life coaching phenomenon that I'm noticing with a lot of people is that it's harder to detect. As I was kind of mentioning, it's harder to see that they're still in an MLM and they still profit off of it, and they're kind of creating like their own scammy situation, especially in this economy, you guys. Like, we don't need to be spending money on life coaches, okay? They're not gonna be able to tell you anything else because their life is also in shambles. I can guarantee it. I'm sorry, but they're not gonna give you a secret because they don't have the secret. Okay, spoiler alert, they don't have the secret. So the main problem though is that it is really hard to detect that these are scams, these are people that are not qualified, these are sort of similar like MLM-y things. A lot of them still work for MLMs but are doing life coaching on the side, and they're using TikTok to their advantage. That is the biggest thing that I've noticed. They are hidden in plain sight with TikTok because they are sharing about something else to try to get you to click on their page and be invested in their story. Talking about their divorce, talking about their miscarriage, talking about their infertility, talking about their, to try to get you to click on their page, because on their page they are actually posting more about like, hey, I'm a sales consultant for this, or hey, you want to be a life coach? I'm a life coach. Hey, I'm in this. Blah, blah. Okay, it's really scary, and you have to be vigilant, and you need to know what the signs are. So we will do more videos about what to look for, the signs, the symbols, the motifs. I mean, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm reviewing Great Gatsby or something. It's like the green light in the distance. It's like, this is a red flag over here, and we need to know what to look for, and we need to analyze it. So we will do that in the future. Subscribe, okay, for those. The TikTok thing's really a big problem that we're gonna have to tackle in the future, because they're on there, they're back on there. I'm seeing them every single day on my For You page. TikTok is scary because it has a very arbitrary algorithm, which kind of rewards like people who are being sensational, and it also will just spit out videos of like random people. Rarely we'll see the same person twice, kind of thing. So they're shooting out these people to the 1 billion plus TikTok users, and not everybody knows about MLMs. Not everybody knows that this person's clearly in an MLM. Most people are not gonna go look at your Instagram, which is usually a dead giveaway that you're selling for a pyramid scheme, because TikTok typically doesn't allow that. So they've gotten creative. They're using the algorithm to their advantage to find new victims, to find new unsuspecting people, and to take advantage of them and to sell them their MLM bullshit. Okay, a lot of them are kind of like masquerading around as these body positivity advocates. They're like, hey, here's how I lost weight, XYZ, I'll show you how if you follow me, or in my next video. You know, a lot of these are left on a cliffhanger. They're like, do it like a popular sound. They're like, when I found out I could heal my body from within and heal my gut and heal my blah, 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 all with one simple trick. And then it'll be like, follow me to find out how. It's disgusting, you guys. I'm serious, these people are out of control. Like, I really need to see it stop. So yeah, if you've ever wondered how or why MLMs are unethical, I feel like here's your proof. There are people who can literally not promote the company, can completely disassociate entirely, and somehow still make money off of their downline, who is out there working on their behalf, doing their dirty work, recruiting new clients, and they just get to sit back and do nothing and still be ranked number 59 in the company, despite not doing a single thing, not promoting it whatsoever. And let's not forget that this is all off the backs of those who are struggling to make money, those who are delusionally hopeful that they will one day be living the dream just as they are. And the truth is that they won't. That's disgusting to me. Especially, like I've mentioned, especially in this economy, I think the stakes are higher than ever. People do not have money to lose, okay? They cannot afford to make the mistake of signing up for an MLM where 1% of people ever are profitable, ever make any sort of money, and afford to lose $100 a month. People are not in the position to do that these days. It's really scary, and we need to be saving money where we can, not spending money. And the stakes are truly higher than ever. So it's important to not join these things. Look, I'm excited to be back. Like I said, sheriff's back in town, all right? This is not gonna fly anymore. We need to wrangle these people up again. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like if you liked it. Please subscribe if you're not already. More MLM videos coming. Just wanted to dip my toe back in and, you know, ease back into it with a good old where are they now vid. But hope you guys enjoyed as usual. and I will see you guys in my next video. So